so sorry you were all alone for a midnight kiss.
How about that? Talking about midnight kisses on New Year's Eve. Tiff is off today, getting ready to celebrate 2021. So Ryan J is joining me for a chat this morning. What's up, Rye?
Hey, Molly. Happy New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year's Eve to you, too. You look very festive.
Thanks, you too. I mean, it isn't appropriate, right, on 2020 for New Year's Eve to wear black, I think.
I think so, too. We're both wearing black. I see we coordinated without even communicating. Right. I like it.
We're here.
All right, so I want to talk color with you because you're so stylish yourself and know so much about fashion. So have you seen what Pantone is calling now? They're revealing the 2 colors for the new year, the hot new colors.
I have not seen what they are yet, but I know they do that every year.
Yes, and usually they only pick 1 color. But this year, just like 2016, they picked 2 colors. So the colors this year for 2021, I should say for the coming year, are illuminating, and we're going to show you a picture of it. Yep, it's yellow, it's bright and cheerful. They say it's imbued with solar power. Do you like it?
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, and very bright. Now, the second color is very basic. It's called Ultimate Gray. They call this solid and dependable, firm, and from the natural elements like pebbles. So I think it's interesting. They picked a very neutral sort of color and then a very bright pop of color.
That's weird. It looks like sidewalk.
It does look like cement.
I mean, if you're in the business of color, I want to see some color.
Right? Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. In 2016, the 2 colors were interesting. They were blue and pink. It was sort of like a soft blue.
I remember that. Those are my 2 favorite colors. So
Yeah,
I was thrilled.
called Serenity. And then they had Rose Quartz, which is sort of a blush pink. But it's interesting when you look at sort of the history of it because, Benjamin Moore will come out with the color of the year and Sherwin-Williams. And
it does. It influences fashion. You'll see it on the runways, and then you'll see it eventually after there. It goes to the stores. So
exactly. And some of the paint companies picked a version of teal, which is interesting, but gray and yellow in terms of Pantone. So since it's New Year's Eve, do you have any resolutions you're looking at or anything funny you want to share for the coming year?
I feel like I have a perennial New Year's resolution because I've made it before, and like most resolutions, it doesn't stick, right?
Right.
So I make it again. So once again this year, although it was really hard to keep last year, it's going to be hard again this year. It's to drink more because we've hung out, Molly. I have no tolerance. I'm the cheapest date there is. Half a glass of wine, and I'm like as drunk as I've ever been. So it's because I drink so infrequently. So I always think, I have friends who like to party, and if I could drink a little bit more, I could build up a tolerance and enjoy an evening out. So I think it's going to be a difficult resolution to keep again in quarantine,
You are hilarious. It's so funny because you are the biggest lightweight I've ever known because I do my impersonation of you. So this is Ryan J at a cocktail party. It's like 1 sip. Oh, I'm so wasted. I'm feeling it.
I know. I'm like, I'm drunk. I'm done. I don't know what it is.
I think that is so funny. Well, and a lot of people, because so many people have been drinking in quarantine, so many people are vowing to give up alcohol or do like a dry January or something. Right. So I love your resolution. What about
drop it off at my front porch.
Yeah, he's going to try to build up his tolerance.
What about you? Do you have a resolution?
Yeah, I do actually. And, so often it's about giving up something, sort of like fasting. But for me this year, I'm trying to add something in. So somebody was setting an intention of like allowing more light in, light meaning, hope and positivity. And one of the things I started doing that really makes me feel hopeful and kind of sets my day out right is meditating. So my goal is at least 15 minutes of meditating in the morning. Because if I don't get to it and I put it off until later, it never happens. So
yeah, I think that's excellent.
And I did do it today too. So I don't know if you can sense a new calm.
You're starting it even before the new year. I think it's great. Meditating brings a sense of mindfulness and calm and peace and can really help center you. That's great.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. So what about your plans for tonight? I know everybody's making huge adjustments.
Well, I had a great New Year's last year. This is, that was Tiffany I hung out with and her boyfriend Mark. and I was there with my friend Nathan Coy, who is really fun. And so Nathan's going to be coming over to my place tonight. He's in my bubble. He's been very socially distant since the beginning of March. Also, there's Tiff and I from last year again. But so he's going to just come over tonight, and we're going to cook and watch probably Anderson Cooper. See what he does or something. I don't know. Maybe watch a movie.
Okay, well, two things I want to say. One, your New Year's couldn't have been that great last year because I wasn't there.
That's true. That's true. But we were in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at Comedy Sports.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that's
it was
fun.
really fun.
But yeah, I think, it's interesting because I know that you're a single person, you live alone. I don't know what the hip term is for that. But
There isn't one.
Okay. Yeah. So I know that was something from 2020. There was this song or poem I read, and it was like, all my single friends are still single.
It's true.
Right, but
It's hard.
and I'm not making light of it because it's painful for many people. But when you talked about having people in your bubble, that's one thing I've noticed with my single friends is it's a very small group, like family, that you look at, and they're people that are kind of like your safe peeps that you get together with, and then you try to build up your tolerance. So I'm guessing that's what you'll be doing tonight.
Right. We trust, like, he doesn't see anyone else. I don't see anyone else, and so we go to our grocery stores with our mask on, and then we hang out together, and it's like we're the only human interaction,
Right.
So that way it's safe. And if he did do something else, or I did, we would quarantine for 14 days before getting together again.
Yeah, right. And maybe you'll have a really great New Year's next year, and I can join you. That'll,
Please, would you? Can I hold you to that?
Yeah, I'll hold you to
and
it
Ross?
as long as you beef up that tolerance.
I will. I've got a year. Come
Yeah,
on.
you got a year to work on it. All right, of course I'm kidding. It's our sound off question today, and Paul is producing today. So he put together this beautiful graphic on Facebook, and he's asking you, what are your New Year's Eve plans for tonight? We want to hear about it. Ryan's actually going to stick around. He's like on the entire show. He's doing movie reviews. He's going to join me again for responses. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much,
I'm like
Ryan.
a bad rash. You can't get rid of me.
I love it. You're a good rash.